Don't let it happen again.
Yes, well, I'll try to be less careless.
I'm watching you, Wozowski. Always watching.
Today's video is sticking with the Disney theme, as The Lion King was pretty popular last week, and this one is gonna be just as good, because this week, we are taking a look at 10 cool facts about Monsters, Inc. Things may dip into the dark side of Disney again with an interesting conspiracy theory. So stay watching for that, you're not gonna want to miss it. But first let's get started with finding out which of the monsters is related to Bigfoot. Let's get it done. Number 1. There were a few drawing prototypes of Sully. One showed him wearing glasses, another showed him with tentacles for legs. The animators decided the final design of Sully would be with the monster having legs over tentacles. This seems like a simple task for the animators to decide, but they were afraid of the audience focusing on his legs too much instead of his face. In the final design and test renderings, the glasses were included, but these were inevitably removed due to the animators thinking Sully's face would not be readable. Before the animators got the film perfect, the early version saw a brown Sully, and he was also the son of Bigfoot, and due to this he was seen as more of a legacy employee. Those are some cough, cough, big feet to fill. He was also much more intellectual, and came up with ideas to help with scaring, though these usually backfired. Number 2. Just before we get into the conspiracy theory, another interesting facts about Sully is that he has 2,320,413 strands of hair. 25,336 of these hairs are key hairs used to guide the motion and shape of the other 2,295,077 strands. The goodbye scene near the end of the movie, a Pixar technical director had to hand animate the hairs on Sully's fingers in order to make them react to Boo's touch. Number 3. The story of Monsters, Inc. has links to the adrenochrome conspiracy. This theory is said that Satan-worshipping, global and Hollywood elites run a cult-like group where missing and trafficked children are harvested of their blood for the chemical adrenochrome. This chemical is believed to be linked to the ability to stay young, and the elites are all over that. The harvesting of the screams could be the same as the harvesting of the blood, and I'm not sure if this is part of the theory or not, but doesn't the boss Henry J. Waternoose convince everyone that the children are toxic? This could be similar in theory to a cover-up. I find conspiracies a very interesting topic, and this theory is definitely worth a research, but don't go yet because you still need to find out about the sequel that was scrapped. Number 4. When movies are first being developed and characters are in their first designs, names are also one of the big things that seem to change. Here, on this channel, we have seen this a few times, and Monsters, Inc. is no different. As well as the changes made to Sully that we spoke about earlier, Randall has also undergone some changes, especially his name. Randall's original names were Swit and Ned. He was Ned in the early making, and it was changed to Swit in the original opening. However, this was changed to the villainous Randall. Another interesting fact about Randall is that he is the only scarer that is referred to by his first name on the scarer leaderboard. This could indicate that Randall was going to be his last name rather than his first name. Number 5.
Michael Wozowski! Last night was one of the worst nights of my entire life, bar none.
There were many well-known actors auditioning for the role of Mike Wazowski, one of these being Eddie Murphy, but due to being in Shrek, he turned down the role.
Why are you following me?
I'll tell you why. 'Cause I'm all alone.
Other actors who auditioned were David Schwimmer, Drew Carey, Sinbad, Robin Williams, Jack Black and Matthew Broderick. The role was ultimately given to Billy Crystal. Number 6. In the movie, Mike said that Sully has been wanting his good looks since 4th grade, but they first met in college. Pixar knew this quote was in the first movie, and according to the behind the scenes of Monsters University, they tried to include the quote into the movie by having them first meet in elementary school, but unfortunately, they couldn't find a way without disrupting the story. So instead they came up with the idea that it is an old monster saying. Number 7. Disney has often used same sound effects and noises for the making of different movies. One example of this is when Mike swallows the microphone when he is in the boys' room towards the end of the movie. The sound of his stomach rumbling is the same rumbling sound used Al McQuiggan's stomach made in Toy Story 2. Number 8.
I'm watching you, Wozowski. Always watching.
Roz may always be watching, but did you know she was voiced by a male? This mutant slug has been a fan favorite with her memorable catchphrase, "Always watching Mike Wazowski, always watching." Shockingly, the character is voiced by Bob Peterson. Number 9. Celia is Mike's girlfriend and is a receptionist at Monsters Inc. She is also a major character in the movie. An early model of Celia showed she was going to have two heads, one of which would be named Celia and the other named Weller. Sully actually calls her Celia Weller near the beginning on the film.
Oh, hey, Celia. Will ya? Happy birthday.
Number 10. Sadly, there was a sequel planned called Monsters Inc. Lost in Scaradise, but this soon got cancelled. Boo was set to return as an adolescent in the sequel. The film finds Mike and Sully getting ready to celebrate Boo's birthday, only to find she has moved to a different house after they find an old woman sleeping in Boo's old bedroom. The monsters decided to travel into the human world to find her new home. Soon the monsters find themselves unable to get back to their own world, and you get the idea. The reason this sequel was scrapped was because John Lasseter, though the final shot of the original film was just too heartwarming to be continued. I really respect them for this way of thinking and continuing the sequel through Monsters University rather than through the old story of the first movie. So that was 10 cool facts about Monsters Inc. If you enjoyed today's video, I release a new video every week, so don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.